Course in Miracles number 117, and we're talking about fear versus God's will, part 2. And for anybody who watches the video, I'm going to do another reading from the fear and conflict section, chapter 2, Course in Miracles, to help explain this. If you missed the last video, which was posted on Sunday, it's the couple paragraphs before, and then this is a little bit of expanded on where fear comes from, and then how to correct the fear, which I hope helps you. All right. So it is possible to reach a state in which you bring your mind under my guidance. Again, the guidance of Christ, guidance of God, without conscious effort. But this implies willingness that you have not developed yet. I like to point out on these things, we need to develop it, practice it. The Holy Spirit cannot ask more than you are willing to do. The strength to do comes from your undivided decision. There's no strain in doing God's will as soon as you recognize that it is also your own. The lesson here is quite simple, but particularly apt to be overlooked. I will therefore repeat it, urging you to listen. Only your mind can produce fear. It does so whenever it's conflicted in what it wants, producing inevitable strain because wanting and doing are discordant. This can be corrected only by accepting the unified goal. The first corrective step is undoing the error, is to know first that the conflict is an expression of fear. Say to yourself that you must somehow have chosen not to love, or the fear could not have arisen. Then the whole process of correction becomes nothing more than a series of pragmatic steps in the larger process of accepting the atonement as a remedy. These steps may be summarized in this way. Know first that this is a fear. Fear arises from lack of love. The only remedy for lack of love is perfect love, and perfect love is atonement. Perfect love casts out fear. So there's more to go into that in the section, but I think it's important to know everyone experiences fear. That's even later on in the text. It would take very little right thinking to realize why fear occurs. Right thinking, in line with truth, a lot of times are wrong thinking, which, remember a couple of videos ago, I talked about idle thoughts. They have power. Our wrong thinking have power to just throw us way off track, to make it sound like it's a really hard problem to solve, to get rid of this fear, to get rid of other things you're going through. But there are corrective measures. Seems very simplified. But when you look at fear arises from a lack of love, that's something that's an awareness thing. Perfect love would be the remedy for lack of love. Perfect love doesn't just come from us. Like it's a spiritual thing. So it also takes that work that God can only get us so far, which probably also explains to many of you why there's evil or these things in the world, because we have our free will to do the fear things instead of the love things. So as much as we can, we want to realize, wait, I could do the love things instead of the fear things, and work towards those thoughts and practice them. Like I've said many times in messages before. And I know a lot of my strain, because a couple of times in these two readings that I did here in the last two videos, it talks about the strain. It's like the strain is like, I wish I was doing this better or differently. And I haven't associated it with fear, but it's like the fear of, well, probably like other people are probably thinking I should do this better or differently. And it's not like I would like to not do it better. It's just you're pulled in the conflicting way of wanting to do it this way or knowing to do it this way and not quite doing it correctly yet. And we're all there or have been there, or we'll go through it again. And here is a remedy that fear is a lack of love, and move in the perfect love that can help you correct the fear. Hope that helps you. And that is God's will for you and me and all of us.